Hello, my name is Charlene DeChico. It is with sincere passion that I am eager to learn about people, culture, true history, and the overall human experience. Join with me as I embark on this journey. This is your Community Spotlight.
I'm the Executive Director of the North Dakota Indian Affairs Commission, and I wanted to talk a little bit about our drum group today, Iron Bull Singers from the Standing Rock Nation. They are going to offer a victory song to start, but we also do a flag song, and so they'll kind of go through both of those. As our color guard, the Albert Grass post comes and posts the colors for the event. And, for us as Native people, the respect and honor that we offer for our Native veterans is always showcased in a lot of our events. And this is the reason why we have a honor song and flag song for our color guard. So with that, we can go ahead and start.
I asked her.
The colors today were presented by the 173rd Albert Grass Post, consisting of veteran representatives from each tribe. The House will now be on the 8th order. Representative Bosch.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move a committee of two be appointed to escort Ms. Janet Alkire, chairwoman of the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe, to the podium.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Speaker appoints Representative Rohr and Senator Marcellet to the escort committee. Mr. Sergeant at Arms.
Mr. Speaker, may I present Ms. Janet Alkire, Chairman of the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe, and the Escort Committee.
Let the committee be received. I am pleased to introduce Tribal Chairwoman Janet Alkire to the Assembly for the Tribal and State Relationship Address. Go ahead.
Thank you. Ihane washte, midaki apsi, chante washte nape chiuzapi, wia wagatia emie. Good morning. I shake your hand with a warm and good heart, and my Lakota name is Woman of High Honor. I'd like to start by thanking the Albert Grass Post 173 for posting our colors today, and the Iron Bowl Singers for lending their beautiful voices and drum to this very special occasion. I'm honored to be here today, and I'm honored that Albert Grass Post and Iron Bowl Singers could be here as well to share with you our proud culture, traditions, history, and achievements. I'd like to acknowledge our appreciation for the North Dakota State Relations Committee and those legislators who met with each tribe this past couple years, as well as the North Dakota Indian Affairs Commission, for your compassion and collaborative efforts towards addressing our needs and concerns across this great state. Governor Armstrong, Lieutenant Governor Strendon, Speaker Wise, and the esteemed members of the North Dakota State Legislature. It is an honor to address you today and share this message as chairwoman of the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe. And on behalf of our 5 tribal nations, the Mandan, Hidatsa, Arikara Nation, the Spirit Lake Nation, and the Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa, and the Siston Wapton Nation. I also want to welcome Manitoba Premier Wab Canoe and Anishinaabe. Welcome. I want to begin this address by sharing some history of my home, the great nation of Standing Rock. Among our Lakota and Dakota people, we say Otete Shakowi, or 7 council fires. Of our Lakota, Nakota, Dakota, Oyate, or nation. We have a proud tradition as Native sovereign nations among our Sioux Nation tribes. At Standing Rock, we have our Hunkpapa, our Sihasapa, Lakota, and our Yankton Dakota people. And we are all relatives united by our common history, traditions, and language as a people. Our 1851 treaty with America reflects original Great Sioux Nation territory stretching from Minnesota to Montana, Canada to Kansas, and Colorado and lands in between. Together with our sister Sioux tribes, we are the Dakota in North and South Dakota. To defend our lives and our homeland, our people fought wars with the cavalry. The 1868 Great Sioux Nation Treaty reflects that promise, that war shall forever cease, and protects our lands as our permanent home. We are proud of our people, Sitting Bull, Rain in a Face, Gall, Two Bears, John Grass, Running Antelope, and so many others. Today, our homelands have been reduced to now 2.3 million acres, which straddles the common border with both North Dakota and South Dakota. My people are resilient, innovative, vibrant, educated, and persistent. Standing Rock Sioux Tribe is committed to protecting the language, culture, and well-being of its people through economic development, technology advancement, community engagement, and education. But what I love most about our people is our sense of community, our pride in our culture, and our determination to remember the past. Our past while building a bridge to the future. Thank you, Governor Burgum, for signing the dedication, and thank you to the legislatures for passing this very important bill for the Cannonball Bridge, the dedication as the Albert Grass Memorial Bridge. Thank you. For context, Albert Grass, when he gave the ultimate sacrifice fighting for this country during World War I, and was not even a citizen of the United States, but served heroically as a strong, indigenous, brave, yet humble Native American. His ancestors live today, and I believe some of them are in the room today, including me. He was my uncle. Through the American Rescue Plan and other federal funding opportunities, all 5 tribal nations have experienced growth and success by building projects such as housing, repairs, maintenance, medical clinics, and various types of rehab facilities and energy projects. But this success isn't just from within the tribe. Through our common work as elected leaders, our common citizens are our bridge, and without the valuable supports they need to cross into a brighter future, that infrastructure will collapse. Our kids need quality schools, good jobs, access to impactful health care, secure communities, and leadership that will support them. We all in this room are critical to their success. A bridge to the future needs infrastructure. America elected change this past November. Change that includes reducing the size of the federal government while also shifting programs more directly to the local level. Though we are not sure how these changes will be implemented and how they will impact the tribes agree that a reduction in bureaucratic overhead could be extremely beneficial to tribes like ours. In addition, the move to shift programs within the federal government to areas with stronger implementation infrastructures could result in a better use of limited program dollars. But we need your help to ensure these changes help our common citizens. We must work together with our federal delegation to stress what is best for all our citizens, not just a few. Our tribes need to see improved access to health care. Under Medicaid expansion, the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe and the Sistin Wapton Oyate are able to exercise self-determination of our healthcare system access. Standing Rock holds education for its children in high regard. One major and impactful law that you, the North Dakota State Legislature, made was SB 2304. It ensures greater understanding of Native American history and culture in the classroom and assures the common student is afforded the opportunity to learn the true history of the plight of the Native American tribes in this area. At this time, I would like to commend the state of North Dakota for acknowledging the truth of our past and our traumas so that we can move forward not on a path of historical trauma, but on a path of historical healing. Our common children attend both North Dakota schools and Bureau of Indian Education campuses. These students depend on us to ensure they are provided all the tools they need for success. As education bills move through the state and at the federal level, we want to work with you to ensure the outcomes are in the best interest of all children. I know we agree that the children of our state deserve the best opportunities we can provide for them. Some other ways to ensure a better future for our children includes our duty to implement economic development. Economic development on the reservations is critical to the economy of the whole state, and strategies must be mutually planned and supported by both tribal nations and the state of North Dakota. This includes equally sharing of the gaming market to ensure fair opportunities for all. The state must conduct an unbiased and objective study on the economic impacts the 5 tribal nations have on North Dakota's gross domestic production and overall economy. This is critical to understanding our joint relationship. We must know our impact on each other to strategize a cooperative future for common citizens. We are asking for this specifically in this session. As leaders, we all understand the success of building bridges in areas such as economic development weigh heavily on a sense of community and public safety. The federal government has been woefully underfunding our law enforcement budgets, creating a crisis that not only impacts the tribes, but the state we have in common. Crime doesn't respect political boundaries, as one of my fellow councilman Demery would say. Back home, he stated it many times. I do want to thank the state of North Dakota for supporting a regional Bureau of Indian Affairs Advanced Training Center located at North Dakota's National Guard Camp Grafton Training Center. We need the state's assistance in working with Congress to receive that critical funding because it is a fact that we need additional officers and to have those officers attend training locally. I commend the 3 tribes that have entered into mutual agreements with the state entities such as the North Dakota Highway Patrol and the North Dakota Bureau of Criminal Investigation. These are no doubt an exercise in tribal sovereignty to address public safety in their communities. At this time, I would also like to mention and applaud and send my condolences to Jamie Davis, District 9 State Representative, who plans to work on a bill which would create a missing and murdered Indigenous peoples alert. Because of the stress that this issue has on our communities and is in greater need of support. The crisis and the impact of drug trafficking, along with the MMIP, between our shared borders is heartbreaking. For those of you who don't understand the seriousness of MMIP, it is of epidemic proportions, and most tribes are underserved and due to underfunding. So as a result, violent crimes, criminal activities are much higher than in non-native areas which have adequate funding and adequate staffing. As I previously stated, crime doesn't respect political boundaries. Criminal behavior does not end at the reservation border. It spills over across shared border, resulting in criminal behavior in non-native communities as well. This must come to an end. At this time, I'd like to offer a moment of silence for the recent loss of a well-respected Standing Rock BIA law enforcement officer, Amber Johnson. Thank you. The stress of these very demanding first responder positions can be mentally, physically, and emotionally challenging, not only on themselves, but also their families and communities which they serve. On behalf of all the tribal nations, I want to thank all the first responders for the job they do for ensuring public safety. That bridge to the future I mentioned earlier, it is real. We all agree that we need easier access to services on the east side and west side of the Missouri River. Today, there are only 2 bridges at Bismarck and Mobridge, South Dakota, that connect the east to the west of the state, leaving a vast gap of 120 nautical miles in between. Building a new bridge would not only improve physical connectivity, but also symbolize stronger relations and collaboration between North Dakota and Standing Rock. I was encouraged to hear our legislative council express commitment and support the possibility of finding resources for this project. And I'm proud to share that we have recently secured $14.5 million grant from the Department of Transportation to help turn this vision into a reality. It's a planning grant. The bridge serves as more than a physical structure. It represents the bridge to stronger relationships, mutual understanding, and continued collaboration between our tribal nations and the state. As I reflect upon my leadership, I think about the impactful conversations and moments shared as a mother, a daughter, a sister, an auntie, a tribal leader, an Air Force veteran, and a citizen of North Dakota. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to former Governor Doug Burgum and all those wonderful things he did to strengthen good relations between our 5 tribal nations and North Dakota. I have worked to maintain a strong relationship with former Governor Burgum. His ability to stay connected to tribal leaders through texts, phone calls, in-person visits have strengthened partnerships that positively impact all tribes of North Dakota. I trust that Governor Burgum will serve Indian country well as the nominee for the position of Secretary of the Department of Interior because of his knowledge and support of tribal sovereignty. And we are excited by the election of our congressman to the North Dakota governorship. Congratulations, Governor Armstrong and First Lady Kirsty Armstrong, and congratulations to all of you incoming legislators. I look forward to our partnership together and continued relationships building with all 5 tribal nations. When we have a common goal, each, the state and the tribes, should work together to leverage our networks for the betterment of common citizens in education, law enforcement, healthcare, roads, tourism, infrastructure. We are all North Dakotans. Governor Burgum once said that one of the first things he did as governor was to reach out to Standing Rock, to come meet with tribal leaders with a commitment to each other, to listen to each other. He also initiated the government-to-government G2G summit at the state level to create dialogue because the state and the tribes, which we found helpful in preserving and nurturing the relationships we have worked so hard at building. As public servants, whether legislators, council members, chairpersons, or governors, we all understand the personal cost of service to our families, our communities, and the people we represent. Our collective work can create lasting change and brighter futures for the next generation. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our tribal leadership, our governor, our legislators, and most importantly, our citizens. We may not always see eye to eye, but we must remain united in service to our people of the 5 nations and the state of North Dakota. Our shared commitment to progress and respect one another will keep our relationships strong and our communities thriving for generations to come. I want to leave you with this thought. When I became the first woman to be elected to this position in 2021, and the first woman leader in over 70 years, I wanted to be guided by our values. It was clear 2 values I chose would be my guideposts: truth and compassion. Truth, because it is needed in all leadership positions. Compassion, because we all need to put ourselves in each other's shoes. As always, when we meet, we call upon Okantanka, Tankashila, our grandfather, the Creator, to guide us and watch over us. We thank the Creator for our lives and for this day, and ask blessings upon all people. The generations that went before us, our mothers, our fathers, grandmothers, and grandfathers, we remember today. As we respect their spirit of independence, survival, and strength of purpose, and their sacrifice for our existence. We remember who we are, and we thank you for doing the same. And thank you to all my relatives who made the journey here today. It's been an honor to give this address today on behalf of all 5 nations. Wopila Midakyapi Owasi. Thank you.